Battle of Badr. Dawn broke over the desert of Badr, and the sand shimmered beneath a sky split between fear and hope. Bilal ibn Rabah stood among the believers, a freed slave now fighting for the truth he once whispered beneath chains. As the armies faced each other, dust swirling between them, Bilal gripped his sword with steady resolve. This was the day when the weak would stand against the mighty, and the world would witness that faith is stronger than numbers. With hearts firm and voices lifted, the believers charged forward, and Bilal's courage echoed like thunder across the battlefield. Battle of Uhud. At the foot of Mount Uhud, the earth trembled beneath the clash of swords. Bilal moved through the chaos, shielding his brothers as arrows rained from every direction. The wind carried cries of pain and shouts of defiance, yet he did not falter. The tide of battle shifted. Victory seemed near, then slipped away as archers left their posts. But even as confusion tore through the ranks, Bilal stood firm, fighting not for land or glory, but for a truth that no mountain could silence. Battle of the Trench. Medina was wrapped in a heavy silence as armies gathered on the horizon. But between them and the believers lay a trench, deep, wide, impossible to cross. Bilal stood at its edge, his shield raised, watching the enemy struggle in frustration. Cold winds swept through the battlefield, carrying the tension of waiting warriors. There was little sword-to-sword combat that day, only patience, courage, and trust. It was a battle not of strength, but of steadfast hearts, and Bilal's heart stood immovable.
Battle of Khaybar. The fortresses of Khaybar rose like giants of stone, and the air smelled of dust and fire. Bilal advanced with the Muslim army, their shields shimmering beneath the sun. The sound of clashing steel shook the valley as warriors stormed the fortress gates. Flames crackled, arrows flashed, and the ground vibrated beneath their charge. Through smoke and thunder, Bilal moved with unwavering resolve. A man once oppressed, now fighting as a free believer for justice and truth. Conquest of Mecca. Mecca lay silent as the army of believers entered, not with swords raised, but with hearts humble. Bilal walked through the city where he had once been tortured, his footsteps steady, his soul at peace. No vengeance filled his gaze, only gratitude. As the idols around the Kaaba fell, the light of truth rose higher. And there, in the holiest of places, Bilal lifted his voice in the call to prayer. A voice once crushed under oppression, now soaring freely across Mecca's sky. A moment that history would never forget. Battle of Hunain. The valley of Hunain erupted in chaos as an ambush struck from the cliffs. The believers scattered for a moment, shaken by the thunder of sudden attack. But Bilal held his ground, raising his voice to steady those around him. Dust clouds swirled, horses reared, and the clash of battle roared like a storm. With courage rekindled, the believers rallied, pushing back with strength and unity. And through the dust, Bilal fought with a heart ignited by faith, not fear. Battle of Tabuk. The journey to Tabuk was a battle long before swords were drawn. Endless desert stretched before them, heat shimmering, winds unforgiving. Bilal marched with the believers across the dunes, each step a testament to endurance and devotion. It was a campaign of patience, sacrifice, and unwavering trust in Allah. Though no major combat came, the lessons of Tabuk etched themselves into the hearts of the faithful, reminding them that victory is not always found in battle, but in the strength to continue walking when the road grows long.